The sight of a plume of thick smoke above Khartoum has become familiar. The conflict between the army and their paramilitary rivals, the RSF, has entered its 8th week. There was some respite over the weekend while a truce briefly held. But like all the other ceasefires since mid-April, it was routinely violated and ultimately didn't last. Life, for the people left behind in Khartoum, has become intolerable.
We want the war to stop. Most people can barely keep themselves warm and avoid hunger. No one knows how long the conflict is going to last and when it will end.
The UN says 1.2 million people have been displaced, with more than 425,000 fleeing abroad, many of them to camps like this one in neighbouring Chad. For decades, Sudan has been torn by multiple intersecting conflicts. Clashes at the weekend killed scores of people in Darfur, the western region where violence has raged for 20 years. In 2011, the people of southern Sudan opted for full independence through secession from the north, creating South Sudan. Provision for the referendum was laid out in the Comprehensive Peace Agreement that ended a prolonged conflict between north and south. The current fighting is the result of tension that had been building between the army and the RSF. In 2021, working together, they toppled the transitional government that had been in place since the overthrow of former strongman Omar al-Bashir 2 years earlier. Thousands of people protested against the prospect of returning to military rule.
I really think that civilians and civilian groups do need to be involved in continuing political processes. The 2005 agreement, for example, showed a massive peace dividends. But these agreements only hold as far as the political processes that led to their establishment in the first place can be made secure.
Instead of transiting to civilian rule, Sudan is falling into an abyss. And an internal military power struggle is denying the Sudanese people democracy and peace. Claire Herriot, TRT World.